brought up membership teams at every work site. Do you remember who was a member of a membership team? Raise your hand and give them a round of applause. I am happy to say today that we have officially lost 2 members. 2. And we have gained hundreds more because we now have our lowest ever non-member ratio ever in the history of this union because of all of the work that we did. And in the middle of all of that, we ran a campaign because we said as we're in danger and things can go the wrong way, are we going to sit back and just fight defense, or we're going to go on the offense? And the members rose up. And we get to celebrate the great campaign we ran last year. And I want you all to be patient today. There are a lot more children in the audience, more than normal on Teacher Union Day. And we know why. Because the UFT now has paid parental leave. So today, to me, is a day of celebration. We always have to do, we have challenges before us, but this is celebration day. So I want everybody to stand up now. Stand up. Let's go. Get on up. If I gotta hit a shaft, you're all getting up. And I want you to cheer louder than ever before. Who are we? UFT. Who are we? UFT. Who stood up? UFT. Who stands up? UFT. And who are we? UFT. Now sit down and give yourselves a great round of applause. So I want everybody to have fun today. I want people to relax. I want you to be patient. If you have a child and they need to move around or run, it's okay. It's okay. Don't lose your mind. Everybody, we're a bunch of educators. We can handle children running around, can't we? We'll go to work tomorrow. We can handle children running around, can't we? So we let the children run free. Everybody who gives a speech, please mind your words. That's why we had to be careful, Mr. Harmon, there when we got to that line. But more importantly, thank you. What this union did in the face of all that adversity in 1 year is an amazing feat. And I want today to make sure that we celebrate the great accomplishments of this union, as we also at the same time prepare to continue to meet the challenges and move the workers forward who decide to go to schools in the city of New York each and every day. Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, Michael. So let me start our program with our first award presentations. So I'm going to ask if our Secretary Howard Shore and our Vice President for Non-Public Schools, Dan Goldman, will join me on the stage to make the first of the presentations to the Small Heiser recipients.
Sorry.
DJ, give him a little bit of track 5. Go, Howie! Go, Howie! Go, Howie! Go, Howie!
Stop the music. Stop the music. I want to embarrass myself for Teacher Union Day. I stayed here for the chapter week weekend. So, it is a great honor that these people are receiving today the Albert Lee Small Heiser Award, one of our founders, and this is voted on by the members of the executive board of the UFT. So this is not just a selection, this was an election, and it's for their past work for the union and their present work for the union. All of these people that you see here were chapter leaders in their schools or in their divisions. And they all have moved on to other positions in the union. They have been recognized for the work they've done, and hopefully for the work they will do. So Anne is going to introduce them, and maybe I actually know all of these people, so maybe we could give you a little snippet of what they've done and what we hope they will do.
Okay, so as you heard, these are distinctive awards, and we honor each individual who's about to come forward because they uniquely have carved out an attribute that is recognized by all of us, and we are a tough act to impress. That said, we start with Michelle Ferrara. Please come up, Michelle.
I guess we're not starting with Michelle Ferrara. Maybe we'll end with Michelle Ferrara at New York traffic, right? Next on the list, Dennis Gould. Dennis is a district rep from District 1. He is also a leader in his assembly district, right? The male leader, right? I got that right, the male leader. And he's pretty engaging personality. I was with him in a few schools in his district on the campaign, the contract campaign, and he's well known and well liked, which is not that easy to be as a district rep. But thanks very much, Dennis, for your work.
Okay, the next person is someone who has big shoes to fill. She's our new vice president, taking Carmen Alvarez's spot. Mary Jo Genesi, please welcome up. Mary Jo is uniquely qualified to interact with each of our many functional divisions and our union. Her commitment, her diligence, and her hard work is quite obvious to anyone who meets with her. We're very proud and honored to have her as part of our UFT leadership team. Mary Jo. You're welcome. Turn around for a spot. Thank you.
Next winner is Jessica Harvey, District 2, District Rep. So, in anticipation of me being here this week, last week I was with Jessica at a couple of her schools, and it was a joy to be with her, District 2. We were in a school that's unbelievable. What school, Pat? PS 297. I put it in my school visit report. And it's a great, great place. If you've never been there, it's a brand new school in District 2. Great place. It's one of our pro schools. And Jessica, I know we're very happy to have you as district rep, so thank you very much.
Okay, the next up is Marie Callow. Please welcome her for her diligence, her hard work. And Marie is part of the team that articulates and speaks to many of our issues very often at our delegate assembly, our executive board. Marie has led the way in helping us achieve support on critical issues. Thank you, Marie.
Yay!
Marie is one of the people that I hired in the Brooklyn office as a part-time chapter leader in Cunningham Junior High School. And a tough school in Brooklyn, District 22. And she's fighting the fight for us every day in the field. And I just want to acknowledge her for that. Thank you very much.
Who's up next? Elio Lau is up next. He is a distinctive contributor to our executive board, a leader in our community, someone who without much notoriety is always there to offer support. When we move forward with issues, he effortlessly finds the time to acknowledge that effort, support it, and for that reason, we're a better union. Thank you.
Elio Lau, District Rep, Bronx High School. So when I was in the Bronx for a couple of years, and we had a great time. I had a great time in the Bronx. And if you have never been in the school with Elio, it's a treat. because he's like the mayor. He walks up, he's hugging everybody, kissing everybody, and telling them things, and I don't know, he's great though. He's helped me with my Spanish, and I've helped him with his English. But we love him. So Elliot, thank you very much.
The next person is someone I've had the opportunity to come to know. Not only is she a distinctive leader in our grievance department, not only does she lead us through many arbitrations, she joined me at the bargaining table and showed her ability to have reasoning, support, articulation during critical negotiations. And she's a new mom. Please welcome Kiara Pena.
So, Kiara's from the Bronx, and she works in our grievance department, and, you know, she just gave birth, but I think her timing was off a little bit, because she just missed the deadline of when to get the benefit, am I correct? No? I take that back. She's on paid parental leave due to the UFT.
I was just told that Michelle Ferrara had a personal emergency, so she won't be joining us, but we do want her to know that she was respected and honored today.
Respected.
Next, Juanise Richardson from Manhattan Borough Office. Juanise, that's correct. What I do is contact the borough offices when a member calls the president's office to talk about things. And Juanise has been representing them, and that's part of what I do, and you have my full condolences. Okay, you're doing a great job, Juanise, thank you very much. Okay, next. Joe Usach. Joe! Another guy I hired from Brooklyn. District 19. You guys didn't cheer enough. I'm telling you this because this man is the assistant director in the welfare fund. And if you see me later, I'll give you his cell phone number. He's happy to help you. No, he's great. He will come to all your schools if you need advice on the welfare fund, and he really takes care of our members. And I'm not kidding. Call the welfare fund office, ask for Joe Usach, and he'll take care of your problem that day. Joe Usach. All right, Veronica, come on. Veronica Walensky. I first met. Oh, we'll take it. I first met Veronica in District 19, where she was also a chapter leader, and I was very impressed with her. Why? Because I walk into the principal's office with her, and she's bossing a principal around. We like chapter leaders like that, right? And then this is a very smart woman. Why? Because she married the director of the welfare fund. So, if you ever need anything from Jeff Sorkin, call Veronica, you'll get it. Congratulations to all the winners.
Another round of applause for all of our small Heiser winners. Again, by way of announcement, we're using hashtag Teacher Union Day and hashtag Union Proud. Hashtag Teacher Union Day and hashtag Union Proud for today's social media. Also, by way of announcement, you should have gotten a flyer in your program that looks like this. It's regarding our Thanksgiving event that we're hosting at the UFT. It's a winter clothing drive. It's going to take place on November 17th. Currently, the middle school department, headed by Rich Mantel, is taking monetary donations to assist with the purchase of winter coats, gloves, hats, and scarves. These items will be donated to 200 students who live in temporary housing. We're asking that you dig in your pockets and contribute to the winter clothing drive being sponsored by the middle school department at the UFT. Again, it will go to 200 students who live in temporary housing. Outside of the hall, when we break for our reception, you can see Denise or Rosie, and they will be collecting money for the event. Our next award is the Backer Shantag Award. There we go. Got my cue sheet, my cheat sheet. Next award again is our Backer Shantag Award, and it's going to be presented by Vice President Evelyn De Jesus, our Vice President for Education, and our Vice President Mary Jo Genesi, our Vice President for Special Education. And I'm going to ask if they would join me on the stage. Oh, wait, I heard something. Mr. DJ, did I hear track 10?
Suavemente, bésame, yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suavemente, bésame, yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame, yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez.
Started as a cab driver who became an activist when then Central Labor Council head Harry Van Arsdale was organizing the Taxi Drivers Union. Ultimately, in the 1960s, Backer found his true calling, becoming teacher and UFT activist right in the midst of heated union battles over due process, lack of diversity among the teaching ranks, and local control of schools. He is credited as a union stalwart who held District 23 in the house? Yes! Together during a decade of strife. He died of cancer at age 50, still standing strong for our union.
Mildred Scheintab launched her teaching career at the urging of fellow members of her PTA. She quickly established herself as a loyal and steadfast unionist, becoming a UFT chapter leader, delegate, and within a few years, the Bronx District 11 representative. Her tremendous sense of justice fueled her prodigious coat drives, generating significant contributions to advance the union's political action. Scheintab's affinity for community outreach garnered deep respect from political allies as well as opponents.
This award pays tribute to members who brought the union's vision and objectives to their peers, to their communities, and to the powers that govern our city. They continue their devotion to unionism until the day they die.
It is therefore fitting that we bestow this year's Backer Scheintab Award to distinguished members of the UFT door knocking team. Team members receiving this award today answered the call in the face of Janus with the looming threat of starving their union of member dues collections, went door to door during the winter, had one-on-one conversations with their peers about the value of UT rights and their benefits and what was at stake during these perilous times.
So I'm gonna start the names.
Brian? Oh, I think we have a video that we're going to show before we make the presentations. So ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video screens.
I think organizing is really get to know each other once again.
I love being in people's houses, the intimacy, building rapport, talking to them about common issues. They invited me into their homes, into their room, into their couches, down the driveway. They have to go, but I do want to hear your story. Come, walk with me.
They just didn't feel like someone had reached out. And that's what they were just looking for, just somebody to talk to or to reach out to them from the union and let them know you were part of our union.
People were just happy to see that you came to their house. We knew there was something about them, and so they were just, more pleased with the union, and overwhelmingly people were accepted.
We've become so accustomed to, not having these personal conversations.
I think we take for granted that people understand what our work life is like, but until you have those conversations, you don't know.
We knew there were people anti-union, there were people union. You didn't know what you were going to get when you opened the door.
In my mentoring, I would tell people, don't think of a script. Just think of that conversation. When somebody was walking up to your door and you finally had someone there from the union that was going to talk to you, what would you want them to ask you? What would you want them to say?
It's better because you can get to read the person. You can, their body movements, the eye contact, the voice. You can hear it when they speak to you.
The connectivity, it's the one-on-one, it's let's sit down and hear what's going on, what's your struggle at your school, at your workplace. And I do care, we do care, the union wants to hear what's going on.
And that's what made me feel good. Once I knew I was able to reach them, once I struck that chord, I was like, yeah, I got you now. We're going to be all right.
I had a group of maybe 10 mentees and it ran the gamut of all types of personalities. Some in the beginning were shy, others I had to kind of say, okay, it's enough talking, we got other houses to go to.
We're using an app that we downloaded onto our phones. Once you get the numbers for your particular area that you'll oversee for that evening, it will give you a map. And that map had various locations where UFT members lived in that area.
My first list was in my neighborhood, and I didn't realize that so many people from the UFT lived right in my neighborhood.
Right, we're like, you're out here on a Sunday? Really, the union? My union? Like the postal service, rain, sleet, hail, snow, grass. It was very interesting to me, because I learned about other aspects of what title the UFT covers that are not necessarily my title.
We got a lot of stories at the door that were touching, and a lot of people said, because of the union, I have my house. Because of the union, I have a child that's sick, but I don't have to worry about the medical bills or the medical costs.
They were like, sure, I'm sticking with the union. I'm not going anywhere, and I walked away with hugs, kisses, everything,
I felt good about it when I had someone who wasn't so happy, and then in conversation gave them a greater understanding. Not necessarily that they said, well, I'm gonna stick with the union, but just maybe not feeling so negative in the workplace.
Whatever your grievances are with the union, if you haven't felt 100% supported, that we're the union, that the power is with us and in our collective action, and that we're stronger together.
It was a matter of going and letting members know that at the UFT we support you, we love our members, we have things available for you and not be frustrated. Just reach out and let us know. And I've sat for an hour and helped someone go online and register for the TDA. I have showed them how to get CTLE credits. I have shown them just various things on UFT.org.
A lot of people just had no idea what was going on, and they were happy to get the information and promised to talk to other people about it.
They wanted to get more involved. They were looking for ways to get more involved.
And that's what I felt like this project was, activating our voices, gaining them as well, gaining their membership, but not just gaining them in numbers, but gain their participation.
It was meaningful, it was powerful, and it was great conversations happening.
I learned a lot more about what this union is and what it means to me just by becoming involved.
So we need to stay united, and it was important that we stand for each other. I wanted them to take that message. So we need to stick together so that we can enjoy the supports that we have now.
It was just great getting out and having that, and having those conversations, getting to see people in another light.
The union is super important. Support it in any way you can. And when you see us at the door, be kind and open the door. Let us in.